Hey everybody, I'm Drew. Welcome back to the channel. Part 2 of my trip to Chicago for the National Sports Card Show is going to be delayed about a week because I wanted to slip in the 2025 YouTube Sports Card All-Stars. I limit myself to one video a week and I wanted to slip this in as the deadline is this coming Sunday. This was a very difficult process. I listed out about 40 channels and I had a really hard time narrowing it down. If you're not listed here, it's not because I don't watch your channel. I just had to find a way to really narrow down the list. So what I did was I tried to pick newer channels and channels that don't get many shout outs. So with that, you got to have a commissioner, right? How about Super Dave? Legends of the Dugout. Sorry about the shadow, I didn't anticipate that. So Dave's my commissioner. He was last year, he is again. You got to have an honorary coach, right? Well, 4-leaf cards set this up, so he's my honorary coach. Now for the other coaches, one of the nicest guys in the hobby, Picker Jim S. I mean, super great guy. And it was wonderful talking to you, Jim, at the National this year. How about a guy that's got tons of energy? Dylan. Dylan, don't ever change the way you are. I love it. Keep up the great energy, all right? Although I do want to see you do a video surfing. I think that'd be cool. All right, how about another coach? Baseball time traveler, Rob. I love his stories. He's focusing on the 1930s right now. So Rob, I look forward to seeing what else you're going to put out here in the next few months. I should mention also, Rob is one of our panelists for our storytellers episodes that we've been doing. So Rob, always enjoy hearing you on those panels. Next up we have Bowling Green legend and all-time world setter in screens and basketball, Mac Wax Stacks. That DK is a whopper, ain't he? Next up, we have Dre Diaz, Disney Hall of Fame, Chicago Theater Hall of Fame. And you know, he might be the pretty face in front of the camera, but it's Mrs. Diaz that makes all the magic happen in the background. So don't be fooled. Next up is a guy that I had to actually go look. Ken's Cardboard. Sorry, Ken. I didn't realize it was been 6 years he's been on YouTube. Let's get this guy some Hall of Fame votes for next year. 6 years, that's a long time. Now here's a guy that starts out his episodes with a trivia question. And I don't do very well, but I sure do like listening and watching. Eric, the Card Closet. All right. So for one of my rookies of the year, this guy's trying to run a straight race. Straight race cards. And I've just gotten to know him. I'm looking forward to seeing what his channel is going to turn out to be over the next year. And, you know, I'm looking forward to also seeing all these track cards. I'm not familiar with them, but he's been showing a few cards that are track and field related. So, and he's also a vintage collector. All right. Next up, Gannon. Hey, Gannon. Another vintage guy that I'm just getting to know, JGA 59. And Gannon, I'm really looking forward to seeing where your channel goes over the next year as well. Another one of my Storytell panelists is that guy that pretends he's outside shooting videos. He's actually got a green room, or green screen. That's Hugo at the Signs of the Pastime. Now, I'm kidding, Hugo. But, you know, Hugo does have some regulations. He only films outside when the temperature is between 65 degrees Fahrenheit and 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Come on, Hugo, we need to expand that a little bit, okay? Hey, another one of my panel guys from the Storytellers episodes, Mike, the sports history collector. He does this Athletes of War. That's my favorite part. Keep those going, Mike. I really appreciate it, and we need to remember those veterans that served. So I think this is an important piece that you're doing. All right, next up, I didn't get a chance to meet him at the National. It's one of my biggest disappointments, but it's Dee's collection. And, you know, his narration, his thoughtfulness, and what he has to say each episode it's something I wish I could do, but Andy does such a great job. So, Dee's collection, get over there and sub that guy. Now here's a guy that comments on everybody's videos, the commenting collector up there in Minnesota. Now, I did not realize that you could do 1 hour or 1.5 hour shorts, but this guy has figured out a way to do it. All right, another panelist for our storyteller episodes is Gordon, the Athlete Archives. And Gordon does a wonderful job of selecting individuals that are lesser known, shall we say, but have fantastic stories. His editing, his production, all of it is just top notch. Go check it out. And over the last, I'd say 6 months, a little maybe more than that, I've gotten to know Mark a little bit, and that's Mark from Mark's Dodger Cards. And Mark does a great job of putting a nice PC together of Dodger players, and I've had a chance to learn a little bit about some of those other Dodgers that I wasn't familiar with. So, Mark, it's been great getting to know you. All right, Brian Hodges, 1455. Absolutely enjoy his enthusiasm for the cards that he has. It doesn't matter if it's vintage or modern. He just absolutely loves his PC, and it really shows through on the monitor. So keep it up, Brian. Here's a guy with some awesome editing skills. Dig Dug over there in Iowa. Video Guy 316. I occasionally get a chance to meet up with him at card shows, and I hope to catch him at more shows here in the near future. And then we got a guy that just cannot stop living in the 90s. Well, 1990 in particular. Rob, Cash Cards. Rob, you got to stop talking about the 1990 Reds. That World Series didn't happen. I think I've heard enough about Eric Davis for a lifetime, okay? But Rob is doing a Veda Pinson run, and I'm looking forward to seeing where that goes. I have a big hope that he'll join myself in a showdown or a showcase of Veda Pinson cards once I have my run complete. And I hope he'll join me and this guy, the Cincinnati Kid, in doing so. And again, Topher, he's putting a Veda Pinson run together. I think this is a guy that, there's a number of us in the community think that Veda Pinson should be in the Hall of Fame, and Rob and Topher here are just two of those individuals. But Topher is another guy that does a great job with his narration. He's very thoughtful in what his videos are going to say and the cards that he's going to present. So now here's a guy that his editing skills, his production, I mean, it's just top notch, and that's Hammer 44. And got to hang out with him at the National. It was just an absolute treat. And he doesn't do a lot of videos, but when he does, this is must see. This is absolutely something you got to check out. So Hammer 44, keep putting out more videos, and I won't rush you because I understand what you're doing is very technical, and it's just very thorough. So very, very well done. All right, here's one of the Santa Clauses of the YouTube community, and if you look at him, you'd think he was Santa Claus. It's Andy's attic. Now, Andy, I haven't told you this, but this really bugs me grammatically. Andy, I do have a big request. You've got to change your name to Andy's Attic with a possessive apostrophe. I got to give him a hard time. And I'm going to send you clear safety glasses so you don't have to wear those darks in the house anymore, okay? All right, here's a guy that I just ran into really not that long ago, and it's been an absolute joy watching his production and his creative storytelling, and that's Classy Sports Cards. Go check it out. I don't know how he does it, but he's got these backgrounds and the stories that go with the cards. I don't know, it's awesome. It's awesome. Go check it out. Here's another guy that's just one of the nicest guys in the hobby. And it's not one, but it's 3 good nerds down there in Texas. And I really appreciate everything he's done for me, all the kind words. Yeah, I mean, all the kind words with the Eddie Watt interviews. I really appreciate it. So go check out 3 Good Nerds. How about Jay, Average Collector? He's doing bios on players that were in the Battle of the Bulge, and I think that's a wonderful thing to do. It's, again, one of those things that we shouldn't forget. So I look forward to this continued series, Jay. And then well, not completely lastly, but you got to have an international. You got to have an international team. So God is Greats over there in Japan, and in France you have undrafted player, and let's not forget his cat Titi. Often makes an appearance when he's outside. Steals the show. So that's my all-star team, Rookies of the Year, and the coaches. But I also wanted to acknowledge Hobby President John Mangini. John, it's I've gotten to know you here over the last 6 months, and it's been a lot of fun, and I appreciate all the texts and the joking that we do back and forth. And John's in the he's in the YouTube Sports Card Hall of Fame, and he's just a really great supporter of the community. So thanks, John. I just wanted to give you a quick acknowledgement. That's all I have for you today. Keep growing your collection, card farmers, and we'll see you next time.